Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on this week's episode. It's going to be a quick one because I actually don't have time and I wasn't going to do it. But holy crap, do I have a problem with getting a hold of Google? It's insane. So I'll talk about that for a second. It's more of my vent session, and a couple other things. But shout out to the BitBox02 hardware wallet from Shift Crypto. Go to shiftcrypto.ch/Bitcoin made simple to get 5% off your order. Get your coins off the exchange. Also, shout out to Upstream Data. Go to upstreamdata.ca and check out all the mining stuff they have, especially their black box and Movies Plus, which is one of the things I'll be talking about. Use my promo code Cory. It blows me away how many of you have used it. We are at all-time highs in subscribers, and we need to keep growing at that rate. And I'll get into that, into why a little bit more. But first and foremost, I don't know if anybody has ever tried to get a hold of Google, but apparently it's impossible. Like literally impossible. Um, I don't. You. I'll give you the walkthrough of. So here's the situation. We are starting a tier on Movies Plus that has ad supported content. So people can watch the content. It's not going to be all of our primo premiere content. It's going to be, some of our more, I guess, uh, second tier content. Doesn't mean it's not as good. Just, it's not like brand new stuff like that. So, anyways, um, I, yeah, we want to start offering that and putting it in with ad supported so that content creators can make some money off of that. Um, and we went through the whole process, this whole technical background to get the site linked up to Google AdSense, because then it'll be real nice and slick. It'll just feed ads right into our system. Um, and we were rejected. And I was like, okay, what do we reject it for? I mean, what doesn't get rejected whenever you're trying to do anything on the internet? Um, but it said we were rejected for policy violations for our content. Um, and that's like, okay, wonder why this is. You dig in, and then you see that they flagged some of the content for the like sexual nature of the content. Um, you know, and it lists all these things that you can't. It doesn't want to be having videos played and content, adult content basically. And I'm like, I don't know, we're a movie streaming site that has, I mean, I think a couple of things maybe contain very brief nudity, mild nudity, if anything. Um, but it's like these are like movies that are on other sites. Like these are movies that are on like Tubi and you know Netflix and are for sale in Google's actual platform, like Google Play. Um, so I figure, okay, it requires an explanation. Just explain it to somebody, they'll understand, they'll move on, they'll fix it, and we'll be good to go. Um, Apparently, whenever you try to get in touch with somebody, it sends you down this never-ending loop of impossibility. So I contact you go to the contact. It says, if you want to contact someone, and they have like a little like, do you want to go to the web forum, or do you want to go to the community, or do you want to, it has like a little headset. Do you want to talk to a live agent? Oh yeah, I want to talk to a live agent. Click on that. It says describe your issue. You describe your issue. Um, then it gives a couple of help options like, hey, check out these resources, which I get because what business wants to sit there and answer questions all day? But at the end of the day, I think you still have to, or at least if you want to be a company that people even have a remote good opinion about, it's a good idea. So you go through that and you click, nope, none of those help. because I mean, like in like a my instance is a very specific issue that I'm trying to fix. And so you know, like no, nobody's gonna be able to go like, oh hey, I have a site like Netflix. Can you let the stuff through? Total mess. So, anyways, they completely bungle. So you go through that, you don't click on anything, and then it's like, all right, what's your next option? Oh, well, your only option is to go to the community. They don't give you the option to talk to someone anymore. So no matter how many times you go through that process, no matter what you put in there, so it's not like it's just one specific thing. It's literally impossible to get a hold of someone. It's not actually possible. And that is mind boggling to me. Mind boggling. And, like they don't even have like an AI bot that like could make you pretend like you for at least a second. You're like, oh, I got a human finally. No, it's total garbage. Um, so then I was like, well, I got to talk to somebody at Google. Like, I'm spinning my wheels. I'm losing my mind. So I just like call Google phone numbers and like, smash the zero button to get to an operator. Even that's near impossible to do. So I'm doing that and desperately trying to get through. Finally, I get to a human and she works for Google Ads. And I'm like, well, I want to talk to Google AdSense, but Google Ads, close enough. Explain to her my whole issue. Explain how I've gone through the rigmarole. I've gone through the, you know, keep going round and round where it sends me to this page and then click on the live chat and it doesn't take you to a live chat, only sends you to the community. It's just such a it's such a tease. And so I'm talking to her, explain all that. She's like, I understand. I understand. I can't help you here. They don't have a direct line. She said, but I'm going to send you an email and it has a link to talk to a live person. And I said, it's not the thing that I'm talking about, right? Where it's going to send me down this infinite loop. It's, and she said, and there's also an email option. I said, is it a direct email? She said, no, but an option for you to email. I'm like, okay. So it's not the thing that I've been going down and spinning in circles on, is it? She said, no. Sends me the thing. And I said, can I wait on the line until it comes through? And she goes, no, I won't send until after I get off the phone. So then I start to think, yep, it's going to be that same thing, isn't it? So I reiterate, I clarify, like, please tell me it's not going to be the same thing. No, it's not going to be the same thing, sir. Okay. So click on it. There, I hang up. Boom, email shows up. Click on it, and it is the exact same freaking thing. The exact thing. It's insane. Drive people nuts. I mean, I get it. Google doesn't give a crap about anybody. They don't care about you as a customer. As all they care about is that you use them and they can use your data. That's all they care about. But holy crap, feign just feign an attitude of giving an F about anybody that uses your products. And it's just like when I tell you I want to like bash my head against the wall, this is something that makes me want to bash my head against the wall. I sometimes will take this aggression and I'll go out and I will take repeated slap shots into my hockey net over and over and over again. Sometimes I don't even know how long. Sometimes one time I remember there was a really bad Penguin game. It was a playoff game and it was just a complete mess. I was so pissed off between periods that I went down, I grabbed my stick, and I just started taking slap shots and told my wife, I said, let me know when Intermission's over. Intermission 17 minutes. So you figure a minute to walk down and get my stick. And I'm taking slap shots repeatedly. I don't take a break at all. And like, I mean, I'm talking slap shot, it pops out of the net right back to me. Don't even let it stop. Don't settle it or anything. Just boom again. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing I know, she says, "Oh, the game's coming back on." So I know that I can do that for 15 straight minutes, basically, just in a pure rage. Um, it's kind of what I want to do right now. But I was going to record a podcast, and then Google wasted so much of my time that I don't really have time to record one. But I wanted to get this out anyways, and you guys needed to be there for my my ear to vent into. So if that were not the only annoying thing, I mean, just in like a zone, I'm in like a funk right now, to be completely honest with you. Um, Maybe Google did it. I don't know. I had to take my dog to the vet today because she was peeing like crazy. Hopefully, this amoxicillin takes care of that. Um, oh, what else is on the list of things that piss me off right now? Um, I mean, like my never-ending list of things to do. My to-do list is a joke with work because it's just constantly adding things to it. Um, and it's just the frustration of like the entrepreneurial life. Like I can't explain to you guys enough how difficult this is. I hope to God I come out smiling on the other end because the only other option, is that I come out super jaded and just get a job, and that's my life. Um, but I'll be like super jaded. I'll be super pissed because we're doing everything right. We've got good content. We've got new content. We're freshening things up. We're bringing in good things for a good affordable price, and yet here we are. We're delivering things that people say they want, and yet here we are getting. It's just like slow and steady wins the race, waiting for that explosion in users. Just waiting patiently. Thought maybe that adding Google AdSense into our platform to allow ads to run and us to make money off of that. Thought that that would help increase viewership, increase revenue for filmmakers, which, Google, don't you want to help those people? Um, and I mean, sure, they could look at our platform and see that there's some things on there that they don't like, I guess. Well, then let's single those things out. But as you guys know, I don't put anything like I don't there's no ideology behind it. It's just a matter of have everyone having a voice. Um, Case in point, we have 3 flat earth documentaries on there that strongly support the flat earth. I in no way think that the earth is flat. I don't. But like why would I turn them down? You know, I'm gonna put it out there. I think it's entertaining. I was like, I want to check this out just to see what in the world the theory is here. Um, you know, it is funny though. As a Bitcoiner, it is difficult because Bitcoiners we live by the don't trust verify. You know, if you're a Bitcoiner, you get that, but don't trust things. You verify, you figure it out for yourself. So it's like, well, don't trust verify that the Earth is round. It's like, I mean, I can get in a spaceship, at least not right now. So you got me there. But there's certain experiments you can do, but then there's people that will say, "Oh, but that's fabricated." Da 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 da. Um, I do find it interesting though, like, and I'm sure the ones that made this documentary, which are good guys. I mean, there's nothing. I'm sure that the group of flat earthers that made this would look at the one documentary that I was watching on Tubi called Behind the Curve and say that some of the people featured in there are bunk and have bad science. But it's very interesting. I was watching that one because I was like, oh, I should get try and get this on the platform, but I'm wondering what this is all about. And the one guy, this like big guy, and he was like, we got this, gyroscope. And if a gyroscope, if the earth was round and rotating, then every hour that gyroscope should be off by 15 degrees. So, but like those are super expensive. Well, then turns out somebody bought one in their community and they did the test. And guess what? After an hour, the gyroscope was off by 15 degrees. So, but they were like, oh, that wasn't good for us. But we gotta figure out, we gotta really nail this down. Um, I'm not making fun of anybody. I just think it's fascinating. I think this is where the don't trust verify comes in for Bitcoiners though, because we say don't trust verify in the sense that like if we found out that Bitcoin didn't work, so in this flat Earth situation, comparing the gyroscope doesn't work the way they want it to, then you have to start looking inward and go, oh, is this thing not going to work? Is this wrong? Is my theory incorrect? The one thing I love about Bitcoiners are constantly doubting themselves, questioning everything. So there is a constant, there are the ones that are just like Bitcoin only, blah, and like, I mean, I'm Bitcoin only, but like, I mean, Bitcoin only as in like, that's it, and it's gonna be it forever, and it's the game over, we won, and it's not really like that. There's a lot of things that need to happen for this to work, but we are constantly literally the community of the most skeptical people in the world are Bitcoiners because they are going to seek truth. Um, and if they find out that their beliefs and assumptions are wrong, they will eventually find it out because they are on a never ending search for that truth. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Pissed off about all that stuff. Thank God it's finally sunny here today because that would have been another thing that I could have just thrown on the pissed off the pissed off pile. Oh, I hold back so much on here. One of these days, I'll just really let it rip where I could just, you guys don't know. I'm a very nice person. I like to think I don't have any hate in my heart for anyone. Um, I'm pro peace, pro life, pro love. But if you get me pissed off enough, look out. And there's one time I will tell this story real quick of a time where a guy, I won't name the person, on a movie was treating me like a piece of garbage. And to explain the situation, I was standing in an area and letting people know, hey, like we're filming right now, the camera's rolling, you can't come in. And this guy's walking up to me with a group and he goes, are we rolling? And I said, yeah. And as I said, yeah, he goes, see, you're wrong again. You're no, and he just starts like saying, like, I'm an idiot. Like, there, you're such an idiot. And I grabbed my hat. I look, if you're an American baseball fan, you'll know what this is like when a manager goes out to argue with the umpire, throws their hat on the ground and just starts flipping out. And I let out a tirade on this person in front of everyone on the movie set. It was a Christian Bale level flip out. And I tore this person to shreds. So that's the, I guess, lesson here is that I'm a nice person. Everyone gets along with me, but on the rarest of occasions, You have to be an absolute complete asshole. In that situation, you are going to get destroyed if you push me. And I eviscerated this person. And I think every other word out of my mouth was the F bomb. I was like, effing this, effing that, effing blah, 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 up and down, losing my mind. And, like within an inch of their nose, just sitting there. And then they walked away like, it was unbelievable. They were totally embarrassed. Funniest part about this. Well, I'll tell you this. First of all my bosses, where I was like, oh my God, I'm like going to be fired off this movie. They all came up to me and they were like, yeah, he's a total asshole. Don't worry about it. You were right. That was actually good to see. I was like, oh, okay. Um, the funniest part was that where I wasn't letting people go in, it was like near an apartment complex. Right before this situation, we're rolling, and this mother and her daughter, who was probably like 8 years old, come walking up, and I'm like, "Oh, could you please wait here?" Um, because we're filming, and they were like, "Oh yeah, sure." You know, nice little mother daughter moment, um, and then after I finish flipping out on him and saying all the things I said, I calm down. Hey, after he walks away, bend down, pick up my hat, put it on, turn around, and this mother and that daughter are standing there, staring at me with their jaws just dropped. And I was like, "Um, thank you so much for waiting. You can go to your apartment now." And they were like, just quickly, like, "Come on, come on," kind of like in the Santa Claus whenever Tim Allen's like, "I don't usually wear pajamas when I sleep. I usually sleep naked, buck naked." And then mother and daughter one way. He's like, "Mary Catherine, merci." That's kind of what my moment was like. But, anyways, get a Bitbox O2 hardware wallet, please. And if I would have had a Bitbox O2 hardware wallet then, I would have been way ahead of my time because holy, that was 2010. Man, I wish I would have been buying Bitcoin then. Oh, if I could go back in time and stop myself from flipping out and say, hey, instead of making a scene, why don't you just leave this job now and go download all the Bitcoin software you can find and start putting it onto your laptop? Oh, oh, where I'd be. Oh, to do that. So get a Bitbox O2 hardware wallet from Shift Crypto. Go to shiftcrypto.ch/Bitcoin made simple. And I will talk to you guys later.